Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, so I was able to squeeze in one more movie over this weekend on President's Day, actually, Monday. And so this is my President's Day movie review. I went and saw Flight Risk. All right, so let's talk about Flight Risk. Oh, that's an ad for the monkey. I'm excited about seeing that. I think I'm seeing that Friday. All right, so Flight Risk. It's directed by Mel Gibson. So that's a thing. Written by Jared Rosenberg. Stars Michelle Dockery, Mark Wahlberg, and Topher Grace. And by star, I mean pretty much the whole movie is just the three of them. There's a few like extra characters and stuff like that, but the vast majority of the movie is those three in an airplane. That's the concept of the movie. All right, let's talk about them. You probably know who they are, but just in case. All right, Michelle Dockery, since she's the main star, even though Mark Wahlberg is in this movie. Where do we know Michelle from? Michelle is from Downton Abbey. So, most people probably know her from Downton Abbey. If that's, something you watched, then you know who she is. She was also in the movie The Gentleman, which was a great movie. Let's see, what else has she been in? Please Don't Feed the Children. That looks interesting. I'll have to look into that. Boy Kills World. She was in that. Anything else? Some TV series, but no, that's it. Yeah, so mostly you'll know her from Downton Abbey. I remember her from The Gentleman. And then also she's in Boy Kills World, which I have not seen yet, but I definitely want to see that very soon, very soon. Streaming on something. Not sure where, but I'm sure it's out there. All right. So she's the main star of the movie. She plays Madeline. The character's name is Madeline. All right, moving on to Mark Wahlberg. Most people know who that is. He plays a character named Daryl. Where might you know him from? You know him from things like The Fighter, Boogie Nights, Ted, and The Departed. Okay, all right. I guess that's what they're going with. Some of the other things he's done is, oh, look at that. He has 5 movies coming out. Executive producer, produced. Oh, he's producing a bunch of stuff. Okay. He is. Okay. So these are the movies he's produced before. Where's his acting credits? He has 6 movies that he's acting in. He's going to be in the $6 Billion Man, Steve Austin. So I think that's the main character, isn't it? By Any Means, The Family Plan 2, Weekend Warriors, Balls Up, and Play Dirty. He's going to be coming out in here. What do you know him from? I actually haven't watched The Union yet. I do have it on my streaming list of stuff to watch. He was from a movie called, he was in The Family Plan. He was in Father Stew. Uncharted is one of his big ones recently with Tom Holland. Infinite. Let's see. Some of the stuff he's even more known for. The Daddy's Home movies. Transformers. He was in the Transformers. There we go. He's in the Transformers movies. He was in Deepwater Horizon. Let's see. Lone Survivor. Pain and Gain was fun with him, with Dwayne Johnson. The Rock. The Fighter, Entourage. Yeah, he was a regular. He came back on that series a couple of times. 4 episodes, looks like. But I think he played himself, yeah. He was in tons of stuff. Anyways, he goes way back to when he was Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch. A musician, kind of. He was a rapper. All right, I think his first big one. Well, he was in Fear, so that's kind of big. Basketball Diaries, that was kind of big. Renaissance Man, The Substitute. But Boogie Nights was probably his first, like, really, really big movie, which was, kind of interesting. All right. Topher Grace is in this. He plays Winston. And Topher Grace is from that 70s show. Other than that, his actual movies have not Not been great. He was in Traffic, which is actually a good movie, but very small role, I think, if I remember correctly. Spider-Man 3, he played Venom, Eddie Brock. That was probably one of the worst casting decisions ever made. But there you go. I was surprised when I first realized this. He was the elder Kennedy in Heretic. He was in that '90s show also. I'm assuming he came back for an episode. Yeah, just looks like one episode. He was in that Twilight Zone series. That was a fun episode. I remember him in that. He was in the Black Mirror, same kind of thing. One episode, good stuff. Um, any other movies to touch on? He was in Black Klansman. I actually haven't watched that yet, and especially now seeing that he plays David Duke in that movie. Yeah, I've been wanting to see it. I just haven't yet. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna have to see him as David Duke. That's hilarious to me. He was in Get Shorty, War Machine. So he's done a bunch of stuff here and there, movie wise. Um, he's not the greatest actor, but they really kind of play up his abilities in this movie. He's kind of like a goof, but he's like the criminal. But he was just a accountant that decided to do some shady stuff for the like probably like mob type people or cartels. And so yeah, so just kind of got himself into a bad situation by being shady. Yeah. Anyways, I thought he did a good job in it. He doesn't do any really of the action for the most part. He's just kind of there and is comedy relief, and plays a scared, bumbling type of bad guy. But he's not really a bad guy in the movie. He did bad things, right? Okay, moving on. We have, I didn't know this, but so there are voices, right? That they talk to people over the radio. And so these voices are some bigger names. Leah Remini is Van Zant, so that's fun. And Paul Ben Victor is Coolidge. So both of those guys, or both of those, well, you probably recognize Leah Remini's name. Paul Ben Victor, you may not recognize the name, but he's definitely someone I've seen in a bunch of stuff. So let's see. Let's see what they're in. Leah Remini was in that TV series for a long time, King of Queens. Um, she was in Old School, the movie Old School with Will Ferrell. Um, let's see. Anything else I want to touch on here? No, that's fine. Oh wait, is this producer, actress? No, actress stuff. But yeah, most well known for the King of Queens. She's in comedies here and there, and yeah, good stuff. All right, the other guy is Paul Ben Victor, plays Coolidge. He is known for The Wire, The Irishman. He was in Get Hard again with Will Ferrell. True Detective. The Was he in the first season? Is that the first season? Him? Yeah, I think so. Um, Looks like he is doing some voice work lately. He's one of the voices in Creature Commandos, which I haven't watched yet, but it's one of the DC. It's the DC, the start to the new DC universe on HBO Max. All right, The Lincoln Lawyer. Where else might you know him from? A lot of series, a lot of TV series here. He was in Emancipation, The Collective. But yeah, you'd recognize him. Anyways, bunch of stuff. Who else do we have here that we want to touch on? Another voice that you hear quite a bit is Abhat, plays Hassan, and he helps them fly and land the plane. You do see him at the end of the movie, though, so it's not just a voice actor. He does show up at the end of the movie. Do we know him from anything else? I guess he was in a TV series called FBI and a movie short called American Typecast, so he hasn't done a whole lot of stuff. A lot of TV series, looks like. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Any of the other characters that I want to touch on? Let's see. There's just like rescue worker, agent, that sort of thing. It's not like any bush pilot, state trooper, nothing like a big character that has like a lot of like lines or anything like that. Oh, that's weird. So Hassan, the guy who shows up at the end of the movie, the Monib Abhat guy, is not the guy that you hear throughout the movie. The guy doing the voice is Maaz Ali. That's different. Okay. Um, Not sure why they did that, but all right. And then let's see. He's from American Horror Story. Let's see what else. So obviously he does a lot of voice work. Um, Call of Duty Black Ops, a video game, so he does voice work in video games. Let's see. He's done shorts and a lot of like voice work. Interesting. All right. Well, that's weird. Okay, but there you go. Two different actors doing the same character, and that's that. We'll finish up on that here. Okay. So overall, this is what I will say. I enjoyed it. Had a good time. There's a decent amount of action, decent amount of tension. Mark Wahlberg plays a great bad guy, great psychopath. Pretty much, he is a psychopath in this movie. I enjoyed his role, and I will say that I would not mind seeing more of that from him. My understanding is, the way that he does acting is closer to like a oh, what's the word when they get really into their characters? Why is that popping out of my head all of a sudden? Anyways, he gets too into his characters, so it kind of like he goes to a dark place when he plays a dark character. So method acting. So maybe he doesn't want to do that too often, but I would love to be able to see more of him doing that. And then as the main actress, Michelle Dockery does great. I enjoyed her throughout this movie, and her play with Mark Wahlberg and Topher Grace's characters, the tension between the characters and the chemistry that they all had together was really good. In general, I would say go see it. It probably won't be in the theaters too much longer, but it was a fun one to see in the theaters. But waiting until streaming is not going to be a big deal. If you're looking for just a fun little quick action movie that just kind of like, doesn't take too much thought, this is the one for you. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you will too. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good day.